Hi, boys and girls. I had a couple requests from some students to go over the daily math review. I didn't add these in the video. I thought maybe you were ready to do these on your own as a little bit of a challenge, but I am more than happy to go through the days that I missed and for Thursday and Friday. So here we go. So looking at Monday, if you had trouble with any of these, maybe this will help a little bit. That first question is writing that multiplication equation for the group, for the equal groups. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups with 5 in each. So when you think about that equation, boys and girls, 5 groups with 5 in each. And I'm going to let you go ahead and solve that. So looking at rounding to the nearest 10, let's go ahead and look at 387. So I'm trying to figure out if I round this to the nearest 10, I'm going to cover up the hundreds, is 87 closer to 80 or 90? Okay, so I know 87 is closer to 90. So if I round this to the nearest 10, it would round to 390. Remember, we're rounding to the nearest 10, so find the digit, look next door, 5 or higher, add one more. So there is a little practice with rounding. Let me turn this a little bit. Which number line shows fourths? So if I just make this a little bit bigger, and I'm just going to plot on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down here is the other one. Oh, goodness. That looks a little bit different. Well, I see that there's 4 spaces, but which one has equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one is broken into fourths. And then if you look at the next question, oh, I seem to have lost my eraser, boys and girls. Let me just see. I will do it up on the top. Which is the best estimate for the mass? Mass just means weight of a basketball. So we have not gone over grams and kilograms, but a gram is like the weight of a paper clip. A kilogram, okay, is the largest. So if I think of it on a spectrum, it goes from grams to kilograms. Kilograms is kind of like pounds. Okay, so if I think about what is the best estimate, 625 kilograms, that'd be a very, very heavy basketball. 625 grams. 6 grams would be like 6 paper clips or 6 kilograms. So if I think about that, I think, well, I know that's too heavy. 625 kilograms is too heavy, so I'm going to cross that one off. 6 grams is probably too light. 6 kilograms, I don't think I'd want to dribble a 6-pound basketball. So 625 grams is going to be your best estimate. If we were in school, boys and girls, we would have gotten to a little bit more of measurements. So little practice there. Let me grab my eraser. Just give me 1 second here. Thank you for being patient, my friends. All right, so moving on to Tuesday. So I apologize if some of this was confusing, and I will make sure I do my lessons with the daily math review next week. So if I look at the next one, okay, it says write a division equation. So I'm right here. Write a division equation to match the picture. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a little bit different this time. I'm not going to count the objects. First of all, I'm trying to figure out the division. So I know my unknown is first divided by how many groups? 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, this last number is how many in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how do we find that unknown at the beginning, the unknown total? Remember, the opposite of division is multiplication, so we can multiply these two. So I'm 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. So I know it's 32. Okay, and I'm going to let you do the subtraction one. Use these number lines to name a fraction which is equivalent to 1/4. Oh boy, do you remember those equivalent fractions, boys and girls? Get a little bit closer here. So give me a second to draw these on here. So I'm going to make 2 number lines the same length with the same beginning and ending point. Make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'm not sure you can see all that. There we go. So let me go ahead and divide this. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go here. So that looks similar to that. So first of all, I want to plot 1/4 on the top one. And then I want to look down here, which fraction below is equivalent. So first of all, I need to figure out what this is broken into. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know my denominator is 8. 1, 2. So 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4. It's the same amount of space, boys and girls. So if you wanted to eat a candy bar, if you ate 1/4 of the candy bar and somebody else ate 2/8, you ate the same amount. Okay? All right. So my next question, which polygons have only right angles? Remember, right angles look like this. It's where they form that L, a perfect square corner. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, so if I think about a square, I see 4 right angles. It only has right angles. A triangle, well, that one doesn't have any. A rhombus, ooh, remember that's the one that kind of looks like a kite. Okay, so I'm just gonna see if I can get this drawn correctly. Okay, no, those aren't perfect right angles. Hexagon, remember that's 6 sides. No right angles there. And a rectangle. Oh, 1, whoop. Sorry about that, boys and girls. 2, oh. So your square and your rectangle have only right angles. Okay? Hopefully this is helping a little bit with completing this math review. So I'm going to scooch over to Wednesday. So this looks a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and read this one for you, boys and girls. Rhonda's planting tomato plants in her garden. She plants 3 rows with 4 plants in each, which is a picture of Rhonda's garden. So that's just like your arrays. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can figure out 3 rows. So rows, remember, go from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's 4 rows. Well, those aren't even complete rows. 1, 2, 3, 3 rows with 4 in each. So that last picture would represent her garden, okay? 4 times m. Ooh. M, remember, is just that variable. It just means an unknown. 240. Miss Woolley, we don't know how to skip count by 4 so we get to 240. But remember, use what you already know. It's just like asking yourself, 4 times what gives me 24? I'm going to count by 4s till I get to 24. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Oh, I did that 6 times. 4 times 6 would be 24, so you're just going to add a 0. So m equals 60. Okay? All right, so moving ahead to the clock. What time will it be 20 minutes after the time on the clock? Well, the clock shows 3 o'clock. So if I go 20 more minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, you're still in the 3rd hour. So 20 minutes later would be 3:20. Okay? All right. So the last problem on the page. Each of these equations is part of the same fact family except one. Circle the one which does not belong. Okay? So you want to look at all those factors inside the equations. I'm just going to go ahead and put these on here for us so you can see those. Oh, right away, I'm noticing something. So one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just isn't the same. So I'm going to circle the common factors. I see 6, 4, 4, 6, 6, 4, This one does not belong. Okay, so moving on to today, which is Thursday. Okay, so I'm on the back side. The shaded area represents 1/6. Is that true or false? So 6, that means it has 6 equal parts. So let's check. 2, 4, 6, 8. True or false? Looking at the bar graph, how many students like kiwi, apples, and grapes? So you're going to want to add all those together. So find kiwi, how many students, apples, and grapes. I think you can do that one. And partition the circle into 6 equal parts and label each part as a unit fraction. So I'm right here, boys and girls. Oh, remember, 6 is even, and I know if I cut 6 in half, I get 3, but that's hard to do with a circle. So remember, just make a Y. There's 3, and if I take each one of these parts and divide it in half, I've got 6. So go ahead and write your unit fraction in each one. That represents 6. Okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and do Friday just because we're have our video up and running. I think you can do the arrays, boys and girls. Here's your word problem. These are always a little tricky. Okay? Sal has 36 tennis balls and he is separating equally into 4 bags. Write a division equation to show how many tennis balls he puts in each bag. We know it's division, so 36, that's the total. We're going to divide those into 4 bags. How many in each? Okay, so go ahead and try to solve that. Count by 4s till you get to 36. And I'm going to let you do those on your own. And the last one, list the first 10 multiples of 7. Describe the pattern that you see. So remember, multiples are just like skip counting. So if I skip count by 7s, excuse me, 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 4. And then you just keep adding 7. And then 21. And just keep going. And then I just want you to, if you notice any patterns, go ahead and write those down. Well, hopefully this helped a little bit with the daily math review. And have a great day, guys.